If you're new to the channel, you might not know this, but I'm married. Yes, League of Legends players can get married sometimes. It's rare, but it happens. But it's important to note that I wasn't always this lucky. When I was but a young boy, I had quite a few crushes on quite a few girls. One of them I pushed into a koi pond at school because I thought she'd like me if I did that, for some reason. It didn't work, and she left the school shortly after, and I cried about it for weeks. Completely unrelated, but if you're watching this and you're a girl whose initials were KC in elementary school, I am so sorry. My first crush, however, is the craziest story. I met a girl named Charlotte, for obvious reasons we'll be obscuring her identity, and I was head over heels for this girl. When I met in the 3rd grade, it became immediately clear to me that I didn't mind getting cooties anymore. Charlotte was the smartest girl in class. She was a Christian, and her family really liked me for whatever reason, so she was easy to like. And when we graduated elementary school together, she let me know that she'd be going to a school for gifted students because she was so smart. And I was an average student at best. All throughout middle school, I held out some hope that I would meet her again and ask her out now that I was more confident and, well, not in elementary school. But sadly, when we did meet again in high school, she started dating my best friend, and I was pissed. Now, before you get mad at my friend, he had no idea I even knew Charlotte, because I never told him about my crush on her. He didn't break bro code, so it's okay, but I had a new problem now. How was I going to deal with seeing these two dating and spending so much time with each other? Short answer, I wouldn't. My best friend shortly after got into drugs and dropped out of school. Then Charlotte went to another gifted school for even smarter students. This girl was borderline genius. Anywho, now neither of us were dating her, and selfishly, I was fine with that. I moved on, dated other people, made new friends, committed several war crimes in Uzbekistan, and I graduated high school. Any thoughts I had of Charlotte were few and far between, and life was good. Until I started working at Malwart and saw her there a few times. Now we were adults, and I was working and putting myself through college, and she was on her way to becoming a doctor or something. Here's the kicker though. Charlotte wanted to go to an amusement park with me that summer, and I agreed. And 3 times on this trip, she dropped hints that she was interested in me, and I was too stupid to see them. Number 3 is extremely embarrassing, so you can skip that one, please. We met at an amusement park, and immediately I felt underdressed because Charlotte was wearing a beautiful summer dress and had a full face of makeup. I had on an old t-shirt and cargo shorts, but I didn't think too much about it. Early on the trip, it started to rain a bit, and Charlotte says, "You know, nobody's ever danced in the rain with me." Me, being an absolute goober of a man, started dancing with her in the rain, thinking we were just goofing off and having a good time. In my head, she was still hung up on her ex and she couldn't possibly be interested in me. By the time we finished, I kid you not, we got a standing ovation by other people there who, in retrospect, must have thought we were a couple. I mean, I lifted her in the air for crying out loud. Next, we waited in line for the biggest and most exciting ride of the evening, and she started crying about the whole situation with her ex. She hugged me and I comforted her, and she said something along the lines of, "I shouldn't have ever dated him. I should have been with someone nicer, like you." Again, I had no idea what she meant by this. I just felt bad that she was crying, so we got out of line and I bought us some food because food makes me feel better, I don't know. I'm sure at this point she was getting frustrated with my stupidity, so she used her ultimate trump card. This is the part that you can totally skip, by the way, it's too embarrassing. We were walking through a beautiful scenic garden that this amusement park happened to have, and she pointed out a lovely gazebo that people reserve for weddings. She said she'd like to get married somewhere like this one day, and told me to pull out my phone. She stood under the gazebo and made a shocked expression, as though someone had just proposed to her. Then she told me to go stand in the opposite spot and pretend to propose to her. If you overlaid the photos, it looked a lot like I was proposing to her. You ready for the total shocker? I still didn't get what she was trying to do. In my head, I thought, yeah, this would be a great place to propose. Oh well. We ended the date that I didn't realize was a date, and we went our separate ways for like a whole year. She didn't reach out to me after that point, probably because I didn't seem interested in her, which is totally understandable. I saw on Facebook that she started dating another terrible person from my high school, and I moved to another state for another college where I would eventually meet my wife. And we all lived happily ever after. Just kidding, there's more to the story. Remember when I said that her family always loved me for some reason? Well, her mom sent me a friend request on social media, and I went digging around because, you know, that's what you do. And for some reason, I couldn't find anything about Charlotte. You know, her daughter. So I got curious. When I Googled her name, a police report showed up. Apparently, her and her new boyfriend stalked a guy, trailed him, and literally shot him in a high-speed chase. The guy survived and called the cops while lying in a ditch. So I guess you could say, I really dodged a bullet on that one. Thanks for watching. Please share this video so that one day I can find the girl I pushed into a koi pond as a child. I never got to apologize for that, and it still kinda haunts me to this day. Also, watch me stream sometime. Remember, Jesus loves you. Alright, later.